you know what happened on Good Friday. You don't need to watch. I saw the face. I saw the face.
I was like, well, I can guess. He rose.
Nah,
he died.
That's too.
So you gotta be one of those. One of those.
Bro, don't die. He died. Bro, that's hilarious, boy. I should have asked you that shit on the podcast.
That gives me strength. From day to day, he will never lose his power.
I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting. I'm just spitting. This shit have been on my mind for quite some time. I gotta put the shit on the line. I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting.
You don't know how to end conversations?
Yeah, but you can't always end them.
You can.
I guess
All
I
right,
know.
fella. Like, I'm gonna get out of here. All right. Like, yeah.
Need to teach a class.
No, I don't.
How to exit conversation.
Easy.
Masterclass.
Easy.
Well, welcome back. Welcome
Yeah.
back. Welcome
Yeah.
all
Welcome
the
back.
way the hell back.
Heroes.
Yet another episode of Dropping Dymes podcast. It's episode 93.
93.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
93.
Episode 93. If it's your first time with us, or even if you're coming back, man, my name is Byron,
I'm Wallace.
And I'm Brandon.
and we dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
You see us today, but we started in the closet.
Yeah.
Kind of sort of.
No Diddy.
Ooh.
No. Listen. Thank you. Like, y'all don't even know how much we really do appreciate you.
Yeah.
For letting us borrow just a little bit of your time, a little bit of your space, to let us just come do what we do, man. And that's just talk. Hopefully, in this talk that we're doing, this TED talk that we're giving, hopefully you're taking something from this and using it in your life. Or at least, hopefully, we dropping a dime here and then you can deposit into your bank of life. And when you need to use it, man, you can cash out on that on your little bank. And use
Cash out.
whatever it is.
Or at least start a conversation or a thought process in your head. Maybe
Yeah,
it's something you heard you never thought
Exactly.
about, and you just think through it a little deeper. That's all. Just try to
Or you
stimulate.
take what we said and go strike up a conversation with your friends,
Yeah.
and see what they think about it. I know we just giving our perspective, our little life experience, or what we thinking, but we want to hear what y'all think. Like,
Yeah, you
strike
can
up
think
a
we're full of
conversation.
shit, and you can drop
Yeah.
why you feel like that in the comments.
Exactly.
We just want to hear your perspective.
We here for it. We here for the conversation,
want
man,
that
and we're open to the conversation.
Yeah.
And shit, possibly just learning from y'all. So you know what I'm saying? If that,
I got a lot to learn.
yeah, he does. So
Heroes.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's the start.
by the time y'all see this, it definitely will have passed. So happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Hope
We
you had a great one.
Hope you enjoyed your family.
Hey, look, so let's just jump into this question of the week, because that's what it's tied to, honestly, is what I was thinking. It's like, maybe y'all could teach me more about what Easter is to y'all, but then the perspective, it's supposed to, I guess, the first semblance of what grace should look like in the world. That's the ultimate grace. God, Jesus died for our sins and then came back and rose on the third day, right? Teach me a little bit, but then also, like, how does grace tie in, and then what does it look like in your life? How much grace do you have? All them questions at the same time.
Go ahead, Brian. That was a lot.
I thought you was the preacher.
We should. The elder was here the last episode.
But nah, what's the story? What's the story of Easter to you?
What's the story of Easter, or just what it is to me?
What is the story of Easter? And then
Basically, in my version, I don't know if you've seen the Passion of Christ or not. You should.
I couldn't make it through.
You could?
It was slow.
This nigga need action. He need Jesus to be in a fighter jet.
Well, just
First scene.
Just fast forward a little bit, and you're gonna be all right. You get all the action that you want.
To Friday.
Action, the whole fucking movie. It was literally for 3 days, but it's cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. But fuck can I tell the Easter story to you?
It's simple, right?
Yeah,
It should be. Imagine I'm Braylon. How you telling Braylon?
He watched the Passion of Christ.
He loves it.
And he loves it.
That's-
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
God
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
Before he watched it.
We're gonna watch it again tomorrow. But Jesus was this great person, right? On earth. Had some haters who weren't really fucking with that shit. Just like we have haters. So they was like, this nigga, like, fuck that. He ain't real. He ain't, they felt like he was lying. All this shit was voodoo and witchcraft and all kinds of shit. That's what they was thinking. They was like, this nigga too good. We got to get rid of him. So they beat him, like, all through the city. Right, just down the street, up and down the street, whooping his ass. Just whooping his ass. Just like till near death. Like, it was like, they was fucking him up. I can't even explain it. Whips, and they had these little chain and ball shit. They were hitting him with, ripping his skin off, just whooping his ass. Didn't say shit, right? Just getting his ass whooped.
That's strong right there.
Put him up on the cross, nailed his feet, nailed his hands, like, together. Like,
Yeah.
It was bad. He was next to, in the middle of two thieves. They were also being hung. This was on Friday.
Okay.
Right? So, he died. They put him in the tomb. Goddamn. Sat in the tomb all night. Friday.
You sat in the tomb?
Boom. Laid in the tomb, sat in there all night. Saturday. Sunday morning, they came to check the tomb. But by that time, the stone had rolled away. You feel me?
It was a stone covering the cave.
Yeah, it was a stone, yeah. So the stone had rolled away. They came. Jesus wasn't there.
Couldn't find him.
So they went back, told everybody. He had rose again. You feel me? And that's the simplest way I could put it to you. It's a lot more little details in there. But,
That was pretty good.
yeah.
I got a good movie playing in my head.
Yeah, no.
That's what happened in the Passion Christ.
a few more details. few more details.
A few more. What was the meaning, or what do they say the meaning is of it?
What you mean?
The meaning of
He died for our sins, right? Because a man that great allowed that to happen. The nigga was so great, he even told, like, God, like, bro, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really know who they fucking with. So just, what I mean? That's the grace. He gave the grace to the niggas who were fucking them up.
Yeah.
It's no better than that. You
Yeah.
feel me? So, die for our sins. Even them niggas sin. They didn't even know. So, it's no greater love than that. That's like the best thing that you could ever do for somebody. Lay your life down so you can live.
So that statement that you said about they know not what they do. I guess the epitome of grace.
Yeah.
That's what I was started thinking about. Like, I knew that part.
Okay.
That's what. Thanks. But I knew that part. So that's what I was starting to think about. What does grace look like to us today? Like, I don't think, besides maybe your kids, you laying your life down for somebody, but at a smaller pace, you think about somebody that cut you off on the highway. Can you give them grace? Like, what's your relationship with grace?
We give grace a lot. Well, like, without even like knowing sometimes, just like you said, with the cutoff in traffic and all that. What is that gonna do for you? You know what I mean?
Some people can't let it go though.
Yeah. But again, what is it gonna do for you? Like giving grace sometimes help free your mental.
Yeah.
Goddamn, because I give them to my kids all the time. You know what? I'm gonna let that ride, brother. I'm gonna let that ride. You give it to your spouse a lot. I could win this one, but I'm gonna let you have that just so we can enjoy the rest of the week. You know what I mean?
Is that grace?
Yeah.
That mindset?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought maybe when I heard it, I was thinking more so like she did something, but it's like, you know what? I've done something like this or done this, so I'm not gonna assault her or pass judgment on her.
Not gonna escalate.
Not just like I could win, but I'm gonna let you live right now.
That's grace.
Okay. All right. We out here learning.
Cause I could have
Fucked you up. I could have won. But
I'm gonna let you ride.
that is strong though. To have the power but not use it.
Gangsters be giving grace. You see a nigga, you know, but he with his kids. You know what? I'm gonna let you live, my nigga. You with your kids. That's grace.
That's grace. Expound.
I mean, that was pretty self-explanatory. Like, it's literally like I could.
Is that grace?
I could harm you and your family.
God was on the cross and could have literally came down and fucked shit up. Forgive him. Y'all good.
Okay.
It goes right back to that. Like
So grace
y'all
is-
really think y'all alright.
Grace is having power and possibly authority and not using it.
Let's Google it. What does it say?
Okay.
I don't know what.
I really would like to know how y'all see grace.
How do you see it?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of similar, but it's more so just like the understanding that like we all fall short, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to attack, belittle, berate, put on trial someone for sins that they commit or things that they do, because I know that I at some point in my life am going to or have committed a sin, not even a similar sin. So I give grace because I know we're all flawed. Not necessarily just because I know I could fuck you up, but I'm not going to.
So I think that version is like a courteous. It says courteous goodwill. The grace, the initial conversation, especially on a Christian level or on a churchy level, is like undeserved favor.
Yeah, I like that.
Undeserved favor. So it's a little different. Courteous goodwill, like that's more what we offer in the street, especially on what he was just talking about.
Courteous goodwill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Undeserved favor is you die for my sins. You lit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the undeserved favor is like a grandiose scale.
Yeah.
As far as a courteous goodwill.
To me, Braylon wrote on my wall and I didn't whoop your ass.
So I was thinking I was actually thinking of a parent.
Yeah.
Like a parent has to have an enormous amount of grace.
You don't have to.
Well, yeah, you don't have to, but
I think in being just any type of relationship, whether it's a father and son relationship, a romantic relationship, even a friendship,
brotherhood, yeah.
like a friendship, there are going to be times where you have to offer grace, whether they know that you're extending grace or not.
don't really.
It don't matter whether it's said that it's extended. Like I remember we used to say, "Nigga, I spared your ass." Yeah, y'all went through that period where y'all said that.
I still
say
tell them all, hey, I
I spared your ass.
Okay.
So it was our way of extending grace. But it's a lot of times, man. Like you hope that people are extending grace every day because we live in a world where we still need grace from other people.
For sure.
So it's in my mind is, why wouldn't I extend grace when I know I still need it extended for myself?
Where does your grace
and
end?
mercy.
Where does it end?
Now mercy can run out. Grace,
I knew you been say that.
yeah,
You said that before.
God's grace is continuous as long as you have that relationship with Him. His mercy can run out.
But where is your grace end?
I can't say where to end, honestly.
Because to me, it used to be bitch ass N-word to this guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna say used to be. It used to be.
But where does it
Depending
end?
on the day.
On the day. I respect that.
Yeah, I think depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to feel like I'm going to continue to offer grace because my grace runs out. That's between you and God. God may continue to extend it.
So that's what I'm asking. Where is your grace? Not with God, but like you personally.
I can't call it on a situation. I think with grace still has to come a level of respect.
For sure.
So I think as long as we can still fall under those parameters, I can extend grace.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to feel like for a second that you're like, oh, this nigga ain't gonna do nothing about it.
And see, I don't think grace needs to be synonymous with like just accepting. I feel like grace can be setting the boundary.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people have associated the two.
Yeah.
With like, because as the person who needs the grace extended to them, they can get to a point where they feel like, oh, I'm just getting away with it.
Yeah.
And at what point do I have to set that hard boundary?
So like, bruh, that rubbed my head that day I told you about. Of course, I have the power to go punch him in the mouth after it's over, but I still, to me, exhibited grace by my conversation with him.
Right.
It's establishing. This is the boundary that I feel like you crossed.
Yeah,
we're not going.
Lucky. That
got spared.
That nigga spared your ass. Nigga
Yeah, look, I spared you, but I'm setting this boundary so we don't cross this space anymore. But it's still me extending grace because look, I know I've offended people that I didn't know I was offending before. So I'm not gonna come over there and just off in your mouth.
And he don't even know why. This man is crazy.
But being able to have the conversation, I feel like that's a space that we don't discuss grace in. Like we just like, oh, you know what, he did that. He ain't even know. I'm not gonna say nothing. It's cool. But really, sometimes we need to step up and create the boundary or have the conversation to establish. I actually gave you grace, but just don't offend me anymore because I do actually have limits. Don't call him a bitch ass.
Please
anymore.
I think the food pulled up.
And now, what you trying to say?
Huh?
I said, what you trying to say?
What you talking
I'm gonna have to create a pause right here anyway.
Yeah, the food.
If I told you how I got here, you wouldn't believe me. If I told you the loss I suffered, you'd wonder how I still stand. The color of my skin, the force of my fist, the weight of my voice should be what gives me the power to rise. But when the world saw me, they put up their defenses to box me in. Two choices, fold or grow into me. Fortified by the nurturing of those who planted my seed, my mission became to use the ups and downs of life to help continue the growth of me and those around me. When I'm no longer in your space, I want to leave you with the gift of giving when you can. And when you can't, be the conduit of aid to those who can. I know what a bad person feels like. Let's show the world what good people can be. The underrated.
What the fuck? So now we back from my commercial break.
So I think we all kind of agree what favor looks like, and not favor, what grace looks like, right? Mm-hmm. And like shit, at the end of the day, I think we still look to have it extended to us. So I think it only makes sense that we still offer as much grace as we feel like we need in life.
I think that should be part of the filter that we operate in life. Is, of course, I could respond, but is the way I'm responding coming from a space or a filter of grace? Am I extending grace in this space, or am I just assaulting them? Because that could change the dynamic of a relationship, like marriage or friends. I've done this before. I don't like it. Let me at least express this is what I'm going through right now. Mm-hmm. And now it's not coming from a space of, man, fuck you for doing that. And really, you know what? 2 years ago, I was doing the same shit. So let me, hey, this isn't cool, but I'm not going to destroy your internal mindset or the way you feel about this relationship because I had a feeling of negativity. I'm going to express it to you. I think that has to be part of the filter of our communications.
I think that's with that's with that level of friendship or relationship or whatever that you have. But shit, I know I know personally, I extend grace to people daily, strangers.
That's true. That's true.
I'll probably never see again.
But still go through the filter of it, because you don't have, somebody could cut in front of you on the street. Somebody
You
could step
really
in
don't
front
like
of you.
that shit. You done brought that up 4 times.
Well, because when I was younger, I used to see a lot of people get mad about it.
Yeah.
And so when I started driving, I got mad. But then I started getting to a point where I either go through the process of, I'm a good driver because I save both of us. Because what you just did would have fucked with both of us. I'm a good driver. And then I also think about, I've been the kid that's driving. I've been the kid driving a car, looking in the back seat for 30, 40 seconds, just being an asshole. So I'm like, I've been stupid. I've done things driving. You know what?
A good motherfucker to yourself in the car, and it's over. Motherfucker. And then, you know.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta follow the nigga and try to do
For sure.
There's a lot of that going on.
I know.
They just had a shootout on what that 85?
285.
285.
285. Nigga was shooting
at each other.
across the interstate at each other. Nigga was hitting the center median and everything.
Really?
Niggas did not care. It was an SUV and another car that was shooting on the
I
shoulder.
hope that was some beef already. And that shit wasn't
not
over
just
traffic.
Like that. Yeah.
God damn.
But either way, it was the craziest shit. The nigga was, you could literally see where the bullet was hitting the center median.
Really? That shit is wild.
I feel sorry for the nigga that was on the left though, because he had to shoot like this, unless he was left-handed.
Yeah.
On the right, I'm sorry.
See, that's why people need to listen to these conversations right
And
here.
nigga was,
He was on the right.
this nigga was,
That shit
and he was on the
You
shoulder.
learn,
Yeah,
how
shoot
to
like
shoot.
this.
This
This
nigga was, he was on the shoulder
Yeah,
of the road,
left side and shooting out the
shooting
window
back
like that.
across
Could have put it
4
in
lanes.
reverse.
This nigga was shooting back across 4 lanes of 285. The nigga was all the way in the left-hand lane.
That's crazy.
So either way, he
Got
was
caught
shooting
on
back
video.
across. And what's crazier, the other side of 285 was sitting still. They wasn't even moving.
Nobody got hit?
I don't
That
think
we
so.
know of?
They ain't
They ain't say
said
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
God's grace.
He rose. Or did he die?
On the half day.
Ain't no-
Jesus.
On the second day. Only
On
like
the
2
second.
days, really.
You
he
don't
died,
count Friday?
He died in the morning and rose in the morning of Sunday, so that's like 2 days.
You don't count. You
We
don't
do
count the
3
same
days
day.
over here, brother.
Huh?
You don't count the same.
We
you
do
don't
the
count
third day over here.
It's
I don't know
it's
what church you went to.
Like 48 hours, not really.
So you, that's what I'm saying.
36.
So you don't count the Friday he died.
No, because it was like in the day.
I'm saying you don't count. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get an understanding. You don't count the day. He
I'm counting
died.
hours.
Friday,
Okay.
Saturday,
And
Sunday.
he rose on the 3rd day.
Oh, he died on the 3rd day, not the 3rd day after he
He
died.
died.
Oh,
on the
he
first
died
day.
Friday.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday.
And rose
Rose
on the third day.
Oh, on the 3rd day, not 3 days later.
Oh man.
But we have a song that say 3 days later, he rose again. That's love.
So they was wrong.
Well, we was a youth choir, so we don't care.
Hey man,
It's all the same.
I just was. I mean, everybody's been talking about Easter all week, and that quotable that you brought up, that kind of triggered me to thinking about the grace that we present to the world, the grace that we have to give ourselves when we're experiencing things. It's okay to fail. Give yourself grace. Give yourself the space to then get back up to try it again. But we really came here to talk about.
That song in my head. No, I can't get the shit out.
You might have to have a solo later on.
Nah.
What we really came to talk about today is the thing that a lot of people see that covers who we truly are. A lot of people in a lot of different spaces wear a mask to protect themselves in some instances, or to get themselves into a different space because they think that's what that space requires. Me personally, I actually would love to hear from both of y'all, because I'm a person that I know for sure wore a mask and wears a mask a lot. But you all, to me, have seem to have been confident in who the person you are is most of your lives, and may not have had to wear a mask. Am I right in thinking that? And if I am, how did you maneuver through life knowing who you were and not having to cover that person up?
You want to go first?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
These motherfuckers stared at me. Yeah.
I mean,
Shit. But
you can turn it down. You just be like, nah, I ain't going
yeah, I
first.
could. But I said, fuck it. You know, I'll do it.
Because he don't wear a mask.
Nah,
There you
so
go.
I
Be
thought,
yourself.
when I saw the topic, I thought about that, and immediately I was like, "Fuck no, nigga." But I look at it different. We have to, like, I kind of have to, right? Because who I am in my core, I can always be that, but it's. I kind of have to wear a mask, like, even in the house, at work, you know what I mean? Shit, in front of, like, I guess certain people, because y'all know how I feel about people. Let's just say the team, right? Like,
Yeah.
I kind of got on a mask out there, like, because I'm only gonna give you so much of me,
Right.
Right? I'm still me. I'm gonna do the laughing. I'm gonna joking. I ain't really about to take no shit, but. Like the who y'all get, they not getting that.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? Like this mask off, my kids, I can't really give them the me. You know what I mean? Because that shit not always like. So I got my dad mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That means right learning from my mistakes, teaching them like a different way. Even though my mindset maybe still be fucked up in some instances, but. I got a dad mask though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a work mask. Definitely, I feel like we kind of all have to,
Yeah.
right? So I do wear a mask in those instances, but when you first put it in the group, and my initial shit was like, nah, hell nah, because I'ma always be me. Meaning like I look at the mask like niggas being who they're not,
Yeah.
right? I'm all of these people, but the mask is like trying to be this person to fit in a room. Like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, or you know, being trying to gangster in you pussy.
Yeah.
Or like, nigga preachers like, dog, nigga, that ain't you, bitch. Nigga, you, I know you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So being fake, like I think that's where I like the mask shit come from, and I would say hell no to that. Yeah.
So I think what you said in the beginning was like probably how most of us operate through life, like having to wear a different mask or maybe not showing your truest self in every situation in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There are some places where you have to code switching?
Yeah.
In my mind, that was what I thought of, like the code switch, like changing up your vernacular and how you handle people.
Yeah.
But I also feel like because I think about the work situation, right? At this point in my life, I want them to feel as uncomfortable as I feel in the rest of my life. So when you hear me say certain things,
Yeah, you be saying some wild shit at work.
yeah, if that makes them
Not me.
uncomfortable, that's cool. Man, that sucks to be you, because that's literally what happens to me when I go outside. Because with us being such a minority here,
Yeah.
everything else that goes on in the world becomes uncomfortable for us, and we just have to fucking deal with it. And there's no way around it for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit how we feel about it. So because there is so much discomfort, because this is my life. If you decide to be a part of it, you're gonna feel some uncomfortable shit.
I would ask, why are you uncomfortable? Like, where are you, like, being uncomfortable?
I honestly feel like bro, like think about it like this. When we first got with Southside Gorillas,
Yeah.
and before the game we said a prayer.
Yeah.
We say a prayer. We still do, right? I remember Mills said, but what if I don't pray to God? That could be an uncomfortable situation for him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Okay.
everyday life. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's not like it ain't necessarily got to be like where I'm uncomfortable. Like I feel like I'm backed into a corner. But if we don't pray to the same person, that could definitely cause an uncomfortable situation. How you handle it or how you manage it puts you back into a fairly comfortable zone, right? But if it's a holiday at work, they bring in food. Oh, we got some ribs. We got some. I don't eat pork now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and this is the only thing y'all
Shit,
brought.
I'm uncomfortable that y'all even brought shit, and I don't know what y'all kitchen look like.
Yeah, well, they even with that, they get the shit. They get it catered. They cater to what they want. They cater to what they want. So anybody else that ain't falling in line with what they doing, it can make it uncomfortable.
Something wrong with you.
Yeah. Like shit. What's wrong with you? Why you don't eat pork? Like, well, I just don't want to die.
And that's when I close my door and I stay in my room. So I gotta answer no questions.
Right. But
take your salad to the office.
But I happen to work in a workspace that's
you ain't got that.
open. Yeah, like it's a big open ass workspace. So it's like, damn, Brian, why you getting that? Oh, I don't eat pork. Are you Muslim? God damn.
Yeah, every time I say
shit.
So what happened was
what happened? Why don't you eat
what
pork?
happened?
Nah, nigga, are you Muslim?
So what happened was my family was kidnapped, right? Brought over on this boat.
Yeah.
Now these niggas is uncomfortable.
Right.
Here we are.
Go with that
I was brought here, and then y'all fed us the only parts of the pig that y'all didn't want. Yeah. Right? So then, what's crazy is my great-great-grandmama had high blood pressure because of that shit.
Right.
Now, I'm trying to defeat this shit. I'm trying to defeat
So my
this shit.
children don't die of high blood pressure. Because
meanwhile, y'all raising the prices on everything, and you haven't raised my pay. So I'm damn near about to go buy me a pork chop to survive this shit. And here we are.
You know what? Have a nice day.
I'm a broke ass nigga.
you know what? I'll never ask you anything else in life again.
Because I'm going to tie it back to when you brought me over here on the boat.
That nigga tied that shit back to the boat. Man, I need a raise, bitch.
Nigga, all in one.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, cause
now
you
I
ain't
want
got no pork chop on your motherfucking plate.
Completely uncomfortable. Because I don't want to pay this nigga any more money. And it took me back to when my great grandparents
I want to forget
kidnapped them folks. Right.
That's funny.
So here we are. Like,
I like to add though, when you were talking about we step outside of our doors and can feel uncomfortable, but we have and makes us put a mask on is like if you live in your community with us, you go outside, you might feel comfortable, but the majority of the world outside you is not your community. Exactly. It's not your culture.
We are the minority.
And there are some socially stated unacceptable things that we do that are normal and acceptable where we live that may not go the same way when we step out there. So when you step into their space, a lot of us aren't, I'm going to just be me and you going to have to be uncomfortable. We have to adjust because I don't want to make this situation feel uncomfortable. That's why a lot of times it shows itself at work, because a lot of times in work spaces, you're with different cultures. But you just think about, like I live in Dunwoody. I step outside and walk down the street. People walking their dogs at 11 o'clock at night. That shit weird. Yeah. I go to the grocery store and I put on a do-rag because I'm trying to lay down my
scalp.
Lay down my scalp. Boy, I got some big basketball shorts on. I'm just chilling. But now I look like I'm not supposed to be here. But really, like y'all come here with y'all stuff that y'all comfortable with.
I want to look like
it could be.
I know, but
it could be something. It could be something as easy as going to get dinner with your wife, right? And they like, oh, we got sneakers and all this. What does that change? And
this is me dressing up.
And what's crazy is you can look further into that restaurant and see somebody with some goddamn Brooks or some Asics on, and their sneakers don't make them uncomfortable.
Right.
But because I got a pair of Jordans or Air Force Ones, some shit like that,
right.
Now it's an uncomfortable situation, and we don't want you here because
you're black.
And that's what it comes down to. But they'll give you all this. Oh well, it's the policy, and you like, well, shit, this nigga got on some Brooks.
Yeah.
And then a person like me is like, nah, I'm wearing Vineyard Vines. What the fuck is that? But it's something. But it's something that
them fucking
the
little whales on the shirt.
Okay. So I got some Vineyard Vines, but it's the mask that helps me in the space. I don't necessarily want to wear Vineyard Vines, but that's some of the mask, the adjustments, the costume you have to put on.
Get your pair of Hey Dudes.
I asked him to get me, so I wasn't gonna buy none. Look, we about to get some.
In Florida.
I was like, nah, they gonna buy me
the Hey Dudes. Yeah.
But that stuff, it honestly is. To me, in my mind, my goal is when I do stuff like that is to break down the barrier. Because I know when I step in the room, it's a barrier already. Now, he looks more like, or he feels more like what we are, even though I'm very different.
So it makes you non-threatening.
So
is it that you don't want to make them uncomfortable, or you don't want to be uncomfortable?
So I feel like, and I come from a space where I was uncomfortable, but I feel like now I know that when I step in a room, I can make them uncomfortable, but I still have a goal. So whether I'm uncomfortable or not, I've lived with this. I know what this shit feel like. If I got to do it, I got to do it. But I know if I come in there a certain way, they're going to shut off. And my goal is to get what we got, either to learn or to create a deal or whatever that connection is needs to happen.
Okay.
So I'll make the adjustment to make them feel comfortable, to break down whatever barrier. I talk about fishing. I talk about hunting.
Nigga ain't caught a fish
Ever.
So I think one of the things
YouTube on the way to work, how to catch a fish.
Hey,
one of the things I
you
do
joking?
is
I'm dead serious. I will YouTube something and go talk about it.
the level of, even when I make them uncomfortable, I can still place myself in whatever it is that we was talking about, right? Because as hood as I can come off, I can still talk about the same thing that y'all talking about. Like, cause I shoot a 30/60. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when y'all talk about hunting, I've hunted. Just understand, I've been in the same spaces.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be me. Like I said, when I shake hands with them at work, I shake their hand and then I pull them into that and I look them straight in their eyes and make them shake my hand like that.
It's funny. I did that to somebody at one of these meetings. They was like, "Am I cool now?"
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's gonna be like and hey man, like I was taught, nothing new or good comes when you sit in a comfortable situation. There's gonna be some discomfort.
So that's what I was going to actually add to it. Is like, of course, this mask thing, it feels negative, but it also is the opportunity to push yourself outside of yourself. So you can. This might be taboo to me now, but I stepped into it a little further. Now I actually have this ability. I might not use it every day, but I got the ability. I think the mask sometimes helps you get to spaces so you can become more of who you can be. Now, of course, you want to be able to show yourself who you are, but we all understand what this world is.
But you can still be yourself within that, within that role or that mask.
Yeah, my mom taught us that as long as you know what you're talking about, even if you sound different from them, they're gonna it's still gonna be a level of listen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know, bro. Sometimes they click out. I was gonna say though, you said something early though that about your core, and that kind of supports what you just said. Is I might have this mask on, but as long as the core of who I am is that, I can be pretty much myself. It just may look different. It may be presented different. I might enunciate all of my words when normally, I'm just chilling.
If I go home to Mobile, you probably won't know what the fuck
I'm missing words.
Yeah.
But at the core of my message, is still the same. So I do think you have to adjust for read your room, read the audience.
yeah,
I have to be able to communicate to them, which means go to them where they are.
Man, that's so funny. When I was working at the hospital doing my last job, my medical tech shit, I would literally I felt like I had to put on 30 masks, like, because each room I taught the equipment different, right? So I know if I go in here, I'm gonna have to teach them like the paper, like off the paper, correct like I go in here, man. Listen, what you want to do is you want because they'll get it. You know what I mean? So seemed like every teaching was different, and those are masks. Still myself. Still knowledgeable of everything that I was talking about, knew everything I was talking about, but I definitely presented in some situation different. So they could understand.
I had a sales job where it was kind of the same thing. Like, there were some people I had to be real techie with. I had to give them specs so they would understand, so it would register for them. Like, then there was other people, like you said, like, this motherfucker gonna feel good. Lay on, see how that shit feel.
Yeah.
I bet that motherfucker feel good, don't it?
Yeah.
I don't gotta get them all that. Like, all I need to do is give them a feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there's some, like you said, read your room. But I feel like I still say this, like, that's a skill that's untaught. Like, learning to read rooms, like learning to see how I should approach this situation. How should I approach this room?
Man, yes. Keep going, but
I think it's just an untaught skill. I think it comes with time. But I know people my age who still don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who still don't know how to do that.
right there.
Like, again,
I feel like your awareness you have to want to be aware and be curious. So like being able to see different things, how people react, different. Like it was something that I did recently. I was like, hey, hold on. I stopped one of my chorus. Chill out real quick, because I felt his energy rising, and I saw that person was getting defensive. And if our goal is to try to get this thing accomplished, compromise, whatever. Y'all are two A-type personalities. You attack him, he's gonna attack you, and nothing happens. So I pulled him back physically, like, hey, chill out real quick. I stepped in, but it was just because I saw and I felt their energies. Most people not seeing that.
Yeah, just like when you ain't let me jam the shit out old boy that day.
Hey, but that's it.
That is.
I saw one slight little thing. I'm like, he about to fuck him up. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's cool, but that was
that's an example. Yeah. But you gotta kind of, I think at some point in your mind, you're like, I want to be aware.
So
unless you were forced, because some situations, as in your childhood, force you to become aware.
So let me ask you this:
I don't know how.
At what point in life, at what point, and whatever it is that you're going through, do you feel like you're able to let that mask down?
I was gonna ask you the question: does anybody in this world know who you truly are?
Oh fuck yes.
Yeah, there's people who know who I am.
Okay. So, because in my mind, it's not many people, if anybody, that knows who I truly am.
You want to know what's
not many. I won't say there are many.
You want to know what's funny about what you just said? Maybe about 10 years ago, like my parents found out who I really was. Like, cause you gotta be in the house and you gotta be outside, right? So both of them are who you are. Yeah. But they don't know every east side. So it was, man, we just got to talking about stories and all, and they were just like, what the fuck? They like, what? Yeah. You what? Like, so yeah, like they just, so it's like now, like you, like they have me, but the friends who you, like, you got your church people, you got your outside people, you got your school people. Yeah. Like, so the people who knew you in all three of those things, like that's who knows me. Like them niggas know, like, exactly who I am. But that's just like a core group of people. Yeah, it ain't many. But my parents just found out here not long ago.
I actually thought of the question and asked the question because you talked about wearing a mask in marriage, and of course your spouse is supposed to be the one that knows. And it's like, nah, I can't. She don't know who I am at work. I can't be the same way I am here with her. I can't be who I am.
You can share those conversations. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but it's different to hear about it than to experience it.
It's just like that movie, The Nobody. That movie I was telling you about.
Yeah, I watched that shit.
That's literally like that man, his kids didn't know how dangerous of a nigga he was. You know what I'm saying? His wife had forgot.
You definitely explained that movie better than what it was. Yeah.
Really?
You should have wrote that motherfucker. I felt like when you told me about it, nigga, I was like, ooh, shit. But it wasn't.
Saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. It wasn't what.
I thought it was.
It's definitely it's still like a BC tier movie.
It was good.
But it was the details that you pulled
made
from
that
it,
bitch. Like, nigga, how the fuck did I miss this movie? You know what I mean?
I thought it was the way I described it. I thought it was.
It was good. It was the core of it, but I don't know. My mind, when you was telling, I'm like,
yeah, also
that nigga did what?
Yeah, they might have had the wrong character. Even though he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is.
But I think that was what made it look like that.
Because he was so
you 5'8",
no
5'9",
expectations.
like he's an average looking guy, average neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Nothing looked out of place. Like, and like I said, until Buddy saw that tattoo that one time, and that old man was like,
man, that shit was so funny.
He said, well, I'll get on up out of here. I see y'all. You heard all them locks. You heard all them locks close. But like, I wish y'all the best in your future endeavors.
Hey, you never know.
But,
you never know what somebody capable of.
Exactly. And I think that's it. Like I think life in so many ways, you're gonna have to wear a mask for a while. Like at one point when I was engaged, like she didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't know me before a certain point in my life. So people who know me from back then be like, man, like you really grew up. Like you're a different person. And then they still don't know what happens here. Right. You know what I'm saying? They don't know this part of my life. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different things, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's a mask. I think it's just growth.
It's growth. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I think it's just growth.
Named Camille. Man, we was at his wedding. So the night before, you know, you stand up and say how you met and all, and everybody. His wife was just like, "Who the fuck were you?" Like, like I said, but he's grown. You know, he's not. But we just went to telling college stories and just crazy shit. This nigga was crazy, dog. Like crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
But just to see the growth, and I'm sure that's probably still in him, but the growth is just like that ain't who she met.
Yeah.
Right? And I said who you met is always who he has been. Like he's not giving you a fake person. He's still been this nice, genuine, you know, guy. But that nigga got a side
He had to grow and shed some of that shit so that person could come out.
Yeah.
But that's, I think that's kind of the same direction of, you know what I was saying, like it might not be stepping into a space of white people, maybe like he wanted to go learn some more, so it required him to put a mask to go into this classroom, or he wanted to start with this business. I can't be this person over here and when I'm working for him, so let me step here. As he continues to grow, he builds himself, and it looks different. But at the core, he's always been somebody that's
white people,
wanted to
the hood, wearing that shit you talking about, to like the nigga voice be changed, bro. Listen, it's
But I'm gonna tell you how this tied back into the question that you asked earlier. I think if I take you on that ride with me where I'm changing and I'm growing, I think even then there's a certain amount of grace that has to be given, because people will look at you like, man, what the fuck? That nigga, you putting on for these folks? Boy, that's not that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, in my mind, it would prompt you to grow too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
ask the question,
like
why?
maybe I should be growing.
At least ask the question, why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing?
Like,
why are you making these adjustments, these changes?
Because that's when you show them the different things. Like I wouldn't be in this. Nigga, let me show you this.
Because I got a mortgage. I got a mortgage.
That could be eye opening for somebody.
Let me show you this. Like if I didn't know this person right here, I probably wouldn't have this. Or this nigga, if I wouldn't have talked to him.
Right.
So you know, shit.
We said we're gonna talk about a mask, and I'm like, we can't not talk about Jim Carrey, the movie The Mask. And I
think we can.
We could.
Nah,
but okay.
I can't. Okay. I can't not. I can't not.
Yeah.
I think I would have made it.
I thought we did pretty good.
So I think we about to be done. But
no, I'm just talking shit.
I say it because that person was who I had to, what I had to do, because I was the Jim Carrey when
I believe that so fucking much.
Look, when I was a kid, that movie I connected with. Yeah, because I felt like the person I wasn't enough.
Yeah,
and I felt like I had to put on the mask.
That nigga was Paul.
I mean, there's a lot of touching stuff going on lately. You need to pause some of this shit.
Nigga had some shit in his mouth earlier. Oh god damn,
it was on yours.
No, go ahead. That was go ahead.
But yeah, I connected with it because I felt like who I wasn't enough. I felt like I had to do things differently to be seen, to be accepted. So watching that movie and then just kind of thinking about the cover I had to put on to halfway be accepted, I think that person, and I would like to talk to that person that goes through that or has experienced that, is take time to see where the value in who you are, because at some point in some time, that's what's going to be the thing that attracts the people. Yeah, you might put on a mask for however long to get in whatever space, but get in touch and in tune with who you are at your core, like Brandon said at the beginning, because that person at the end of the day is going to be the person that steps up and holds things down for the long run. Me trying to play football, the person I had to be when I was playing football, when I was around girls, the person I tried to be didn't work out all the time. The person that I was trying to be in friendship relationships, I told you I was like, I got friends because I wanted to be, or I tried to be a friend. Yeah. I was doing things outside of myself to be accepted, but I don't think I didn't really solidify myself as a man to me until I sat down and had the time to think about what value do I actually bring. Once I started to realize what those values were, I accentuated those, and then I started to connect or reach where the mask was able to get me as myself.
It's a lot of people who are on a ton of drugs and alcohol and all kinds of shit because it essentially becomes their mask to become what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Like, shit, we was a long time ago in a far away place. We had to go to these meetings because we were consuming too much of something, right? And it was a kid in there, man, and that
Who
kid
is
said,
we?
me and some more
Okay,
people who played
Not
sports.
me, nigga. I ain't never been no drug class.
Yeah, it was alcohol, first of all.
Same thing.
But
I tried to put the nigga on crack real
yeah,
quick.
this kid was in the meetings with us, man, and he was like, he said, I've been drinking since I was 8, and I was doing it to make me cool, so that people at my school would like me. He had been drinking since he was 8. For his 14th birthday, he said, I'm gonna stop drinking.
14.
So he stopped drinking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was like, every day I woke up, I took a shot of scotch. Went to school. I was the fun person. Everybody liked me. For my 14th birthday, I said, I'm gonna stop drinking. Everybody thought I was on drugs because then I wasn't fun. So they sent him to rehab. At rehab, he said, I was drinking. So then they sent him back to AA.
Damn.
And that's, in my mind, that's putting on a mask every day to make you somebody.
But what he was saying earlier about putting on a mask to be this person, I thought about the Ku Klux Klan.
Hey, it's been another wonderful.
That's what they did. Them niggas was
They
scared.
wasn't like
Yeah.
that,
Bro,
until they put a mask
They
Yeah.
put the
on.
mask on. Them niggas was badass.
Yeah.
Police, nigga, pussy without
Without
a
a
badge.
badge.
Put the badge on, nigga.
Not all the police
That's
out.
not all.
Blue Lives
Shout
Matter.
out to. This has been another episode of Dropping Down Podcast. We seen
what
all
is it?
take
All
it too
lives
far.
matter.
We seen it take it too far. A lot of time.
Hey, before we go,
Okay.
I got a friend. This is her clothing line, man. Forever my brother.
Hey, that shirt dope.
This shirt is pretty dope. It is. Like, I can honestly say it's some quality shit. It ain't even just cotton. It's like got a
Touch it.
it's like polyester, I think, but it's a quality shirt, man. Forever my brother. I'm gonna put
like it.
I'm gonna put the link on the web on YouTube. I'm gonna also probably put post a picture or something. But I definitely wanted to wear it and get it out, man, because it's actually, of course, it forever my brother. Like, that says a lot all in itself. But it's quality stuff. She got hoodies, t-shirts, some of everything. She had full jogging suits.
Yeah.
So y'all check her out. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description and everything, man. Y'all check it out.
And
It's
before
pretty
you do
dope.
that,
And speaking of
go to
that,
Still
www.
Still go by www.dropitdimes.com.
I couldn't wait for that nigga to finish. Yeah, that's a cool
Dimes
shirt.
with a Y.
Good material. But go by.
Definitely go check. Go buy something. Don't even go check us out. Go buy something. You heard? I don't know what that is. Dimes with a Y.
With a Y.
Dimes with a Y.
But we
That man
support everybody. Man, you know.
But yeah.
But first,
Also, still tell a friend,
have
tell
our
a friend,
first
and tell
model.
a friend.
About your friends.
So we can all be friends. Go by that, man. Have somebody subscribe. Make that your homework for the week. Have somebody go by Dropping Dimes and subscribe.
And go get you an 8, man.
and if you didn't like my description of Easter, sorry. No, I'm just sorry. See, that's great. Sorry. Sorry.
Thought you was gonna say, fuck you.
No. Heroes.
That was pretty good though. Yeah. For us uninitiated.
But again, man, we do wish you guys happy belated Easter. Hope y'all went to church, wore your finest threads in that joint.
But we not going to church.
They are.
Yeah, hope y'all did.
How do you know we ain't going to church?
Yeah, I might go to the 8 o'clock service. What'd you turn your head like that for?
That's the best service. You out there about 10.
All right, send me make sure y'all send y'all Easter fits to everybody next week, all right?
No, I ain't buying none.
Nah, whatever you put on.
Oh, yeah, I can do
Yeah,
that.
you ain't
that's
gotta buy
cool.
nothing. All right, yeah.
If all hearts
From
and minds
this
are
year.
clear,
Yeah,
all hearts and minds are clear.
clear.
All right.
I
We
wait,
love
wait.
y'all, man.
I wait.
Appreciate it.
Oh, no.
You want clear? Okay.
All love, baby.
God. That's what I'm feeling inside.
This how